Hi, everybody, and welcome to the last and final Commit to Be Fit presentation for 2021. I am so excited that we have all made it. It has been an amazing 6 months of us talking about how to be healthy, not just physically, but mentally, but also getting enough sleep, how to take care of your home so that your entire environment can be healthy for you as well. And so on this last presentation for today, we are going to be talking about dining out. I know that it's 2021 and a lot of restaurants are starting to open back up. And so we have to make those decisions to be able to eat healthy and then also be able to go out and enjoy whatever we might be eating out at. So once again, my name is Jamille Hawkins. I am the University of Georgia Family and Consumer Sciences agent for DeKalb County, and we are going to go ahead and get started. So today during this presentation, our goal is to give you, the participants, the necessary tools to make healthy choices while you are dining out. Restaurants now provide lots of information to help you make better choices. Many restaurants are higher in calories, fat, sodium, and sugars than prepared foods at home. And so today we're going to talk about choosing those healthier foods or those healthier options at restaurants to help you stay healthy and prevent chronic diseases for you and your family. So some of the new vocabulary that you may have heard before in previous presentations with me, or you may not have heard before if you're just joining in now, we're going to talk about portions, which is the amount of food you choose to eat. This could be more or less than a serving size. Calories is a unit of energy found in food and beverages. Sugars is just the generic name for sweet tasting, soluble carbohydrates, many of which are in foods. And then fat is a natural, oily, or greasy substance occurring in animal bodies, especially as a deposited layer under the skin or certain organs found in certain foods. So I have a question for you all out there. You can ask yourself, if you're by yourself, you can ask your family, you can ask your friends, how often do you usually eat out at a restaurant? I know that now, because restaurants are just now open, you might not have eaten in them in the past year or so, but before COVID was happening, just think to yourself, how often did I eat out? Did I eat out once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, every meal, every lunch, every dinner? I mean, it is what it is. So just think to yourself, how often did you eat out at a restaurant? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not confident at all and 10 being very confident, how confident do you feel about choosing a healthy meal for yourself when you are eating out? So just think about that while we continue on going through our presentation. So there are conveniences of eating out, right? I'm too busy to cook. The cost-effective $1 menus, easy, fast, convenient. There's no cleanup after. Who really likes doing the dishes? When you're hungry, it doesn't require any planning. Your child or even yourself enjoys the taste of fast food. There's a different type of atmosphere. It's more social. It's more going out. You can get dressed up and go. It's a different atmosphere than eating at home. And then also you can still eat out and be healthy. It takes a little extra work and preparation, but it can happen. So I'm going to be here to show you how to do that. So when you go out, you need to have a plan. So if you know you have a big lunch that day, then you want to eat a light dinner. So if you know that you're going out to a restaurant for dinner, then eat lighter meals throughout the day and then have that big dinner at the restaurant. But don't skip any meals throughout the day or go the entire day without eating, because that could possibly cause you to overeat when you do end up eating. So having a light nutritious snacks 1 to 2 hours before going out so you don't eat as much, and then also drinking plenty of water. You have to stay hydrated just for normal bodily functions, but also the added water will help as well. So when you are choosing a restaurant, you want to think ahead, choosing a place that has a wide variety of menu items and also meal options. I know a lot of restaurants are now more accommodating to people that are trying to eat healthier. They also are accommodating to people that have food allergies or whatever the case may be. So there are many restaurants now that have wide menu options and different items. So before choosing your restaurant, you can even check online at the menus, and if available, look at the nutritional information that you can possibly find online. If you don't see anything healthy or anything that you like on the menu, then try to choose a different restaurant. And then whoever you're going with, try to get like a couple of options of different places that you want to eat. So hints to look for on a menu. So some keywords that you want to look for are skinny, grilled, light, baked, small, or vinaigrette. I know a lot of those options are now available on menus. And then words to avoid when you go to a restaurant are battered, fried, supersized, jumbo, creamy, bacon, big, monster, loaded, deluxe, home style, crispy, and supreme, because a lot of those dishes are either fried, they have lots of breading on them, they're higher in calories, and then you can also get the nutritional information and read that for yourself, either in the restaurant or online. You can go if you're in a restaurant, you can ask them, and if they say you have to access it online, then that's what you'll have to do. So next, when you're choosing a restaurant, is don't be afraid to ask your server for ingredients, preparation methods, or substitutions. So your server should be knowledgeable about the menu that they are serving to you. So you can ask them, like, what's in this particular dish? How is it prepared? Instead of getting it fried, is it okay if I get it grilled? And they can either tell you yes, or they can either tell you no, but you don't know unless you ask, right? So restaurant foods are usually higher in calories and also in sodium. So some dishes have more than your entire total daily limit of 2,300 milligrams of sodium. And that's your entire limit of daily limit. And so some dishes have more than that. You can get the nutrition facts to choose lower sodium foods as well. And then anybody that has a chronic condition like a heart disease, high blood pressure, kidney diseases, should be especially careful to monitor their sodium intake. So those are some questions that you might want to ask your server, if there's any substitutions or if there's any lower sodium options on that menu. So when you are ordering, you can ask the waiter to skip the bread basket or the chips and salsa, depending on what restaurant you are at. You can either opt for a salad before your meal or just tell them don't bring any bread out altogether. Most people fill up on the bread before their meal comes anyway, so you're more likely to overeat if you have had 2 or 3 pieces of bread and then you're also trying to eat your main meal. And so you want to either choose not to have it or have less of it. And then you can also skip the fancy drinks. If you would like to order an alcoholic drink, try to avoid drinks like margaritas, pina coladas, and other exotic mixed drinks, because typically these drinks have sugar additions that also add extra calories. You can opt for a glass of wine, a light beer, or a vodka and diet tonic or soda water if you do drink. And then regular tonic water is very high in sugar. And 8 ounces of tonic water has about 21 grams of sugar, which is a lot. So you possibly want to find different recipes online that have lower sugar options for drinks. And then also you want to, when you're ordering your food, you want to balance your plate. So up on the right-hand corner, we have the My Plate, which everybody should be, if you have been following along in my classes, you should be knowledgeable about the My Plate. We have our fruits, grains, vegetables, protein, and then also our dairy. Our fruits and vegetables take up half of our plate, and so that's what we want to eat more of. And so you want to create that balanced meal by choosing foods from different food groups, such as lean proteins, low-fat dairies, are your fruits, your vegetables, and then also your whole grains. And then think about how to make your plate look like the My Plate. So if you have the option of choosing the sides that you want, which most restaurants you do, you can, instead of opting for a potato fry or something of that sort, then you can ask for a vegetable so that you can make sure that your plate looks balanced. And then you can also try single item entrees. Single item entrees like a steak or a grilled fish with vegetable sides are fewer calories than mixed dishes that have like sandwiches, wraps, pizzas, and pasta dishes. And in a class before, we were talking about the salty 6, and those are the foods that are most high in sodium. And so those are usually sandwiches, cold cut meats, pizza, pasta, breads. And so those might be some of the options that you want to kind of forego and then ask for those single item entrees. So you can also substitute as well. You can ask your server. Many restaurants do honor these requests, and if the item is on the menu is fried, you can ask for it grilled. If it comes with fries, you can ask for a vegetable instead, like I said before. And then when you have if you have a dish that has sauces on it, you can ask for your sauce or your dressing on the side. And those often have high amounts of fat and sodium in them as well, so that you can portion out how much you want to put on your plate instead of it already being all the way on your meal. So next, when you're ordering, is controlling your portion sizes. So many restaurants serve huge portion sizes. And I know that's probably a reason why people like to go out, because you can, buy your meal and then you can take the rest of it home for later. And so some people, they eat their entire meal at the restaurant and don't have anything to take back. And that might be one way to control your portions. So having the server bring a to-go box or takeout container to the table and portion out what you're going to eat for your meal before you even begin eating, so that you know that this is all I have and I'm going to put away the rest of it so that I can have that for lunch later or for dinner for tomorrow or whatever the case may be. You can also split an entree with your dining partner or order an appetizer in place of an entree and then add a soup or a salad on the side. And then some restaurants will even allow you to order a lunch portion size at dinner. So this can also be applied to buffets as well. You can opt for dishes that are grilled, steamed, or broiled, and these are less likely to be fried in oil and butter, but you can always ask the attendants at the buffet how it is prepared so that you know. Most people feel the need to eat more so they can get the most bang for their buck, but one trick is to scan the entire buffet before you grab your plate, making sure that you choose the foods that you really want instead of start filling up from just the beginning of the line down to the end. And so now you'll be able to see, this is what I really want. So I'm going to get a little bit of this. This is what I really want. So I can get a little bit of this. And you won't be overfilling your plate before you even had a chance to move through the entire line. So next, when you're ordering, you kind of want to read between the lines of the menu. They have a lot of descriptive words in it that could be a red flag or a green flag. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. So descriptive words such as breaded, fried, creamy, crisp, sauce, or stuffed should raise a red flag, and those should not be eaten too often. So these items are typically loaded with a lot of hidden fats and sodium. And then you also want to beware of words that are, say, buttery, pan fried, a la mode, etc. And so that is one way that you can kind of look at a menu and say, maybe I want to skip this for today and I'll try this instead. So next is skipping the dessert, making a plan before you go out to have your own dessert at home so that you know exactly what you're eating. You can have a piece of chocolate ready when you get home or some sorbet, whatever the case may be. And not only will it save you the calories, but it also will save you some extra money on your bill. And we all love to save a little bit of money, right? Some more tips for eating out is to eat slowly. The faster you eat, the more likely you are to overeat. So in the earlier classes, when I was talking about being mindful when you're eating, it takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to send the message up to your brain saying that it's full. And so if you are eating slowly, you're more likely it's more likely that your stomach is going to catch up with you. With your brain and saying like, okay, I need to stop eating now because I'm officially full. So slow eaters tend to eat less and feel more satisfied. Put your utensils down between each bite and avoid taking big bites of food, and eat smaller bites at a time. Like I was saying, being more mindful when you're eating your meal, be conscious of your choices and what you select. Give your full attention to the process of eating, enjoying that you are eating. I know a lot of us have been in our homes for the past year and a half or so. And so when you are going out to eat, it can be a big thing now. And so you want to just give your entire attention to the process of eating out, enjoying your environment that you're in, and enjoying what you are eating. This is often linked to making healthier food choices and can help prevent overeating. So we have a small activity. You can do this with yourself, or you can do this with your family members if you're around each other. So I have an activity. Can you guess the sodium and saturated fat content of these items? Probably not just off the head, but you can think about it. So McDonald's artisan grilled chicken sandwich has 430 calories. Its saturated fat is 3 grams, and then its sodium is 1,400 milligrams. And so, like we were saying before, your entire daily limit for sodium is 2,300 milligrams of sodium. And so, this is almost a little bit almost half of your entire daily limit, just this one sandwich, not including the fries you may get or the sauce and the drink that you may get along with this. And so this is something that kind of puts things in perspective when you are eating out, because this is almost your entire daily limit of sodium. And that's just the sandwich. So, you know, possibly having those alternative options that you can make this at home, and it could be lower in sodium, and still enjoy the chicken sandwich, the grilled chicken sandwich with the tomatoes and the lettuce. But you also are able to choose how much sodium you put in your seasonings. So these are the fried mozzarellas from Olive Garden. Let's see, can you guess the sodium and the saturated fat content, excuse me. So calories is 860 calories, so that's more than that chicken sandwich. Saturated fat is 28 grams, and then sodium is 1,870 milligrams. So this is possibly an appetizer, and this one appetizer, if you are eating it by yourself or even sharing it with a family member or at the table, is still a lot of your daily sodium intake. So next is the Black Forest ham sandwich at Subway. A lot of people think that, oh, Subway, eat fresh, their slogan. And so like we were saying before, breads and cold cuts have a lot of sodium in it. And so let's see how much sodium and saturated fat content is in these items. So the sandwich altogether is 260 calories. It's 1 gram of saturated fat, and it's 750 milligrams of sodium. So it's a little bit less than your daily limit of sodium intake, which is again 2,300 milligrams. However, it's still a lot for one meal. And this is the end of our time together. This was the dining out portion of our Commit to Be Fit 2021 challenge. I want to thank you all again for joining me throughout the 6 months of different lessons and teaching you all. And if you are part of a group that want to have more lessons that are similar to this, or even the same, if you are interested in me teaching your audiences, then I will be more than happy to come and do that. You can email me at Jamille, Jamille, period, Hawkins, Hawkins, @uga.edu. I am available to teach virtually, and you can just reach out to me there, and I'll be more than happy to help. Down at the bottom is the link for our evaluation that I ask you to, every week I ask for you to fill it out and let me know how I've been doing, how this lesson may have helped you, and giving me feedback so that I can know how to better help the next participant that comes and joins me for classes like these. So if you don't mind just filling out this evaluation link and just letting me know how I did, and I will see you all later. Thank you.